What's up, family? I'm back with a new video, and I hope all is well with the chosen ones, the ones that are, you know, not chosen. If you still watch this, man, you will learn something most definitely. But I want to talk about, the industry a little bit, y'all, and I want to decode it for y'all. You know, there's a lot of people, y'all, that are in the industry, y'all, but you can read energy, y'all, especially if you have hell of that, because you know how it feels to be on both sides of the coin, y'all. So, the people that are in the industry, y'all, you know, they weren't chosen. But if you were asleep, y'all, you still looked at them like an idol, some sort of, because you may be fucked up whatever they were good at, whatever they are trying to become. So don't ever take that away from them, because they were creative at heart. It's just they gave their life force to the wrong motherfuckers, y'all. And they used that energy to harness yours. That's how deep it is. That's how deep this rabbit hole runs, y'all. So, the industry, y'all. There's things you must do to get in certain situations or places you may want to go to. So if your goal is to be famous, you know, you're gonna do things that you're not gonna want to do, but you're gonna be forced to take upon yourself, y'all, if you're headed down that road. And for myself, y'all, why would you want to be famous? What does fame get you, y'all? Why would you want attention, y'all? Once you found peace and you know who you are, you don't want nothing but silence, y'all. Because a lot of motherfuckers out here can't give themselves that same love. That's why they're stuck chasing. Or there's a lot of people who can't keep their eyes off of women, y'all, because they feel like they need somebody to hold on or latch on to, y'all. Y'all need to stop looking at people so physically, y'all, and peep the demon and peep that evil ass spirit that they are holding into. That's exactly why this world is fucked up today, y'all, because ain't nobody got the balls to be themselves and to stick to themselves, y'all. It takes a true soldier, whether you are a woman or a male, to have a face of solitude, y'all, to where you get to know yourself so much that the enemy can't destroy you, because you destroyed yourself in that silent era and rebuild it yourself with grit and hustle and simpleness, y'all. But I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know about the industry or have heard of the shit that it takes for you to feel like you gotta be big. But I look at it like this, y'all. I look at it as a bunch of motherfuckers who have chains, and they put that chain on forcefully, y'all, because though they wanted certain things in this world, y'all, they can't do what they want to do when they want to. That's exactly what I call hell, or being chained, because literally, y'all, if you can't do what you want to do, y'all, that means you're not living the life you want to. That's hell, y'all. That means someone has got you by the fucking throat and can remove you from this world when they want to, for the fact that you gave up, literally, y'all, your mind and what you want to do, which is free will, y'all. You gave that up, y'all. The Most High gave everybody free will, whether you are a clone, you are real, or you are simply chosen. But He gave us that to see what you were going to do with it. Now you can stick with the Most High and become better. Remember, y'all, the Most High already gave you something. He gave you light, and that light is protection. But a lot of people don't know about this, y'all, because they haven't walked that path yet. They need to see it for it to exist, y'all. But ones like myself, y'all, we walk by faith, y'all, because we trust what isn't always there or what isn't always for sure, because we believe in ourselves, and we believe that the Creator that put us down here actually gave us something that means more than what we see with these fucking eyes that are physical, y'all. All these people or puppets you want to say, y'all, that have, went to the other side, y'all, they did that because they were in their ego. They thought that, well, if you want to say, they only cared about their fleshly desires, y'all, because they didn't care about the world, y'all. They looked at everybody as someone who envied them, or they simply didn't give a fuck about, because they probably endured too much trauma, right? So they signed a piece of paper or a contract, y'all, and the devil literally took control of their life and gave them, whatever they wanted that was physical, y'all. It's just like Tupac, y'all. He didn't know about it at first, y'all, but when he was, barely getting into the game, y'all, he signed a deal, and he became somebody that you heard of. But when he was dropping certain music, these fucking crackers didn't like it, because literally, y'all, you know, that if you want, or for example, when he dropped Brenda's Had a Baby, y'all, they didn't like it, y'all, because of the shit that he was speaking about in the song. They didn't like it at all, and the more, attacks they were sending his way, he started finally realizing that these motherfuckers are the enemies, y'all. Why you think he said it's not right for motherfuckers to live in billion-dollar houses when there's motherfuckers that don't have a house? That's why everybody fucked with Pac and certain people in the industry that showed their realness. Because yes, though they might have sold out, they were still real at heart. But you must peep their energy, y'all. That's the reason why they killed Pac, because he was vibrating too high. But I don't want to get off topic, y'all. This is about how deep this world runs, y'all. These devils, y'all, or these minions that run the world, y'all, they need your trust. They know that what you say, they can't go off of that, y'all, because they don't trust you, y'all. Why you think they need your blood or they need something from you? Because they don't trust you. Even when they are recruiting you, they still don't trust you enough, y'all. That's exactly why they make you do so many things, y'all, to feel like you're a part of that scandal or that falsely act that they are putting up, y'all. I'm happy that we are living in this world at this stage we are in, y'all, because so many people realize this and they don't give a fuck about that industry no more, y'all. The only ones that do are the ones that they programmed or have made, organically, y'all, because there's so many clones in this world that have been put in front of your face for you to believe in it. But, this is not to put fear in anybody, y'all. I'm only here to remind you that, that's the game that they have made. That's their Squid Games, y'all. Yours is to create, conquer, and become somebody that you are no longer, y'all. Because we were all weak at first, y'all. But you get stronger through pain, through adversity, and through silence, y'all. Because you realize all you have is yourself, y'all. You can't ask nobody for help, y'all. The ones that want you, they don't even fuck with you. That's exactly why they constantly niche and niche and niche, y'all. Because they're like revenants off of Mortal Kombat, y'all. They need you. We don't need them. And once you see it for what it is, y'all, all you do is laugh or give yourself a smile because you're living the righteous way, y'all. You're living so purely that the devil can't take it, y'all. That's why he wants to get rid of you, y'all. He wants to kill you. But he can't kill you, y'all, because he can't do shit to you, y'all. For the simple fact that you're not in agreement with his ass, y'all. So all you gotta do is speak what you desire and cast that motherfucker away from you, y'all. Whether it's the devil itself or the motherfuckers that work for the devil, y'all. Which are agents, which are clones, which are, trickster spirits, y'all. Genies, y'all. All these motherfuckers, y'all, they're the same being, y'all. It's just that that's exactly why they don't want you to have the energy and they don't want you to hold it in you, because you see them for who they really are, y'all. I'm not gonna make this too long, y'all, but I want y'all to realize that once you know about this right here, y'all, nobody else can trick you out your position, y'all, because it's literally upon you and the decisions you make in this life, y'all. Yes, they might keep trying you, keep nudging at you, or trying to irritate the fuck out of you, but it doesn't matter, y'all. You know why? Because guess what? They don't have your genetics, y'all. They're not superior really like you. They can't control the elements like you, family. These motherfuckers gotta sit and insult, because, y'all, they were only here to block you and create distractions for you, y'all. That's how deep this rabbit hole runs, y'all. And why the ones who do speak this truth, family, they end up missing or they become killed or they are cloned. That's only because they realized too late. That's why I'm trying to help you right now, y'all. You better know what side you're on, because the moment you choose a side that was not for you, you're gonna regret it, man. And you can't take that shit back, y'all. So I'm reminding y'all right now, family, think about what the fuck you are doing, y'all. Pac, y'all, he realized that at the end of his life. Why you think he started dropping so many good songs? And, he got right with himself, family. You know, he's like how I feel about myself now, y'all. You know, you're a loner and you vibrate so high that you're on a higher dimension within yourself. That's exactly why he didn't want no kids, y'all, because, you know, once you vibrate so high, y'all, you see people and read them for who they fucking are, and it's literally mentally impossible to be around them when they ain't trying to become better, because you look at them motherfuckers like drainers, literally trying to drain you of your energy. It's like a sewer, y'all, that takes the water in. All they care about is draining your energy, y'all, but they can't build up their own. And that makes you look at them like they are not real people, you know? As sad as this shit might sound, y'all, it's better to know a truth than to live in a lie, you know? And they ain't gonna like this video, but, you know, they can't do nothing about it, y'all, because, like I always tell y'all, these devils can't do shit to you, y'all. Only thing they could do is get you to fear, and then that's when you are powerless, y'all, because you gave the enemy strength by you fearing something, you know? Watch this back, y'all, if y'all really didn't get it, y'all. I can make another part on this, y'all, but for now, y'all, it all starts with building up your essence, y'all. You know, when you glow, y'all, you attract a lot of beings, right? They hold that power from you, y'all. But if you were to go on that side, they will tell you about this. And that's how so many people start gravitating to you, or so many people want to be around you or go to your shows and shit like that, because, y'all, that life what you have is so magnetic, y'all. That's exactly what, this is all you need, y'all. And you will blow on your own, y'all. Self-made entrepreneur or creator, you know, at heart. And that's all you need, family. Anything else, y'all, is a distraction, y'all. It's just like these fake ass wars. You know, they want you to become scared so they can harvest that energy from you, y'all. If they can get you to feel like, oh, we gonna bomb you, how you think you gonna feel about that? You gonna feel like you are, or it's your last days, so you're in panic staging, you know? You can't live like that, y'all. You gotta live knowing that nothing exists without my belief, y'all. You know? This is with anything, y'all. Especially with having kids in this world, y'all. Make sure that person is truly woke or truly known to themselves, y'all, because this world is so fucked up, family, that why would you want to bring down another soul, y'all, to be a slave, y'all? A slave is not just working, y'all. A slave is living in this world knowing that you can't do certain things because you don't run shit, y'all. The only thing you could do is build up your energy. That's how deep it is, y'all. Logically, as we speak, that's how deep this rabbit hole runs. They control everything, y'all. But what they fear the most is you saving that essence, because the way you walk, you will have the crowd behind you following you. Little do they know, they will follow you, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but that's power, y'all. And they're gonna wanna come to you for guidance, y'all. They watch all your videos. They will talk and sit with you for hours, family. Because they feel that realness about you, y'all. That's that pure aura you have. But, you know, before I get out this video, I wanna remind you that don't ever feel afraid, family. Especially if you're woke and you don't have the confidence or the balls to speak your truth. You know, you have, you know, the God or the Most High gave you this life experience to live it as you wish, y'all. You know, this is literally the wish that the Most High gave you. You know, live it as you wish. So do what the fuck makes you happy. Do what you like to do, y'all. Whether that's drawing, painting, being on the camera, speaking realness. Literally, y'all, you have this life to make it happen. So why are you gonna wait, y'all? You know, you don't need permission from no fucking body, y'all. Nobody owes you a damn thing, and you don't owe nobody a damn thing. All you gotta do is be yourself, y'all, and the right ones will follow you. But that's all I had to talk about, family. Just know that you're the real deal, and these motherfuckers are revenants, y'all. You know, they're the dead versions of, I'm not even gonna say yourself, but of what they see to be in you, because they want to be you so bad, but they can't be you. That's exactly why they need to take your third eye and put entities inside of you to get a feeling of you. But still they can't do that if you're not with them, because you don't owe Satan a damn thing, though he owes you everything. That's why it's coming back to us. But I'll see y'all, family. Protect your energy, because when you do, you will live a long time.